simply because she was so beautiful. This girl was given to this strange man as his wife, but once she was locked in a cage, she discovered to her horror that he already had more than a dozen wives. Just then, a pregnant woman was giving birth. However, when the child was born, it was deformed. Yet the cruel Roger merely glanced at it and walked away, even ordering the pregnant woman to be executed. It turned out that Roger had vowed on his deathbed to have a healthy child to inherit his castle, even though he already had 2 sons, but in reality, neither of them was very bright. To escape this place, Kyla took advantage of the dead of night to quietly cut off her long hair. She then used a candle to glue the hair onto a piece of cloth, crafting a wig. Just as Roger's dim-witted son secretly snatched Kayla away, she used this wig to successfully escape. Sensing something was wrong, George rushed after her, but by then it was already too late. Kayla had smeared motor oil on her face. By the time George came running out, Kayla had long since vanished. Little did he know that Kayla was hiding beneath the pipes. When she crawled out, Kayla disguised herself as a laborer. She lived in Roger's castle all along, believing she would one day escape. Unexpectedly, Kayla won the foreman's admiration, because no one else could hold onto a rope in midair and perform such difficult stunts like she could. Sure enough, 3 years later, Kayla used her wits to become the castle's foreman, and even participated in the project to build a transport vehicle. This gave Kayla hope for survival. So, as soon as the transport vehicle was finished, she secretly stashed food and a motorcycle under it. The next day, Kayla followed the transport vehicle out of the city, but unexpectedly, halfway there, the transport vehicle came under attack. Just as a fierce battle raged between the two sides, Kayla's food was accidentally blown up. Even more terrifying was that the enemy had slipped under the vehicle intending to plant a bomb, but Kayla would not allow him to do this. She kicked him furiously. Fortunately, at the critical moment, the war boy on the truck controlled the mechanical arm, preventing a tragedy from unfolding. However, the motorcycle tribe had no intention of stopping. They even knocked off the radiator cap on the transport truck. Realizing the truck would soon explode, Kayla had no choice but to lend a hand. While they were engaged in battle, Kayla quietly climbed onto the hood of the transport truck and blocked the radiator. But then she locked eyes with the driver, and Kayla's true identity as a woman was exposed. Yet neither of them had time to think. They had to take out the enemy in the sky first. With a single shot from her crossbow, Kayla hooked the enemy's parachute. She then shouted for the people inside the truck to activate the meteor hammer. But the moment someone stuck their head out, they were spotted by the enemy. With the transport truck about to be hijacked, Kayla had no choice but to risk sliding to the rear of the truck and activate the mace. Before the enemy could react, they were suddenly struck by a fatal blow. Soon, only Kayla and the driver remained in the truck. If she took out the driver, the entire transport truck would be hers. However, the driver was no pushover. With a sudden brake, he flung Kayla forward, and then shoved her out of the cab. Although Kayla had regained her freedom, but looking out at the desolate wasteland, she instantly fell into despair. Suddenly, a shout rang out from behind her. It turned out the driver had returned. Max recognized Kayla's abilities, and wanted to lead her to survival in this wasteland. Although Kayla could have taken him out with a single shot, she was moved by Max's sincerity and joined the Imperial Guard. She did this solely to secure an opportunity for revenge.